What makes a good anniversary season? Does it have a bunch of cameos? Does it revisit old ideas and barely anything else? In my opinion, the best anniversary season is... Taking place 25 years after 80 in the Showa era, a young Ultraman, Ultraman Mebius, is sent to protect the Earth from a new age of kaiju attacks. While on Earth, Mebius took the form of Hibino Mirai and soon joined Crew Guys, the attack team for this season.
My favorite member of Guys is Ryu Aihara, who is a part of the previous Guys crew that gets blown up, including his captain, who he was very close to. And because of this, he's at first very closed off to the newer team and can be really, really fucking mean to them in the first half. But as the series goes on and he starts opening up more, he's not the most strict character, I would say. He's not that type of archetype, but he is the most serious when it comes to things about Guys, because he's very passionate about it and doesn't want the same mistakes happening again. But other than that, he's mostly a very chill character that you can have fun with. In fact, when you put him in really comedic situations, he's really funny. And he has a really good arc about letting go of the past to focus on his future endeavors, to stop always thinking about the mistakes he did and try to better them now. Also, he's 100% gay for Mirai. Fight me.
さっきから何をそんなに見つめ合ってるんですか？まさかお前らってそういう関係?
And speaking of Ryu and his captain, there's also another Ultra that we haven't talked about. Tsurugi is one of the more interesting secondary Ultra rivals that we've had, only being beaten by another Blue Ultra from a few years earlier that I'll talk about in my own video because I'm very autistic about this show. Go watch it, please. Remember when I was talking about Ryu's captain? Well, he is the host for Tsurugi. After his death, Tsurugi took over his body and basically is his life support by that point. And Tsurugi joined up with a human in seeking revenge on the kaiju Bogal, which is the main villain for the first half of the show, for destroying a planet that he was trying to protect. At first, their only goal was to destroy Bogal no matter what, or who got destroyed in the process. But as the show goes on, and after I talk about Mirai, they destroy Bogal with Mebius and become Ultraman Hikari in the process, named by Ryu. Due to Mebius being an anniversary show, it has episodes that call back to the previous Showa shows that they're celebrating. But unlike a lot of other anniversary shows, you don't really need to watch those episodes for you to understand those stories. They give you enough context for you to understand what's going on. But I do recommend you watch those episodes regardless because it makes those episodes feel way more impactful.
Spoiler warning, most if not all I'm going to say is going to be very important, or episodes you don't want to be spoiled from. Use the timestamp to skip if you haven't watched Mebius. One of my favorite episodes is from the two-parter, Cry of Space and Future Days. In part 1, Guys went to the monster graveyard because of a distress call and found what remains of Hiroto Ban, what Mirai's body is based on. As we found out in part 2, Mebius was too late in saving Hiroto when he was sucked in a wormhole. Hiroto's dad would say to Mebius,
君のこの星での日々の未来に幸は分からんことを。
In the climax of the episode, Ryu was about to meet a similar fate as Hiroto. Mebius saves Ryu while saying that the tragedy which happened to Hiroto will never happen again.
My favorite episode is also a two-parter, Day of Farewell and the Flame of Promise. Father and Mother of Ultra warn Mebius for him to return to the Land of Light, as the powerful regenerating kaiju Impalizer, a kaiju more powerful than the ones he's previously faced, is coming to attack Earth, and they sent out Ultraman Taro to take care of it instead. Preparing to leave, Mirai helps out Teppei, Marina, George, and Konomi with errands and gives them charms. Because of this unusual behavior, all of them suspect Mirai of leaving guys. When he eventually gets to Ryu to, spend time with him, he questions him on this. But before he can answer, Impalizer attacks the city. Guys tries to deal with it. Mirai tries to leave to transform, but is stopped by Ryu, questioning him on why he would run away from the enemy in front of him. If Guys won't shoulder this burden, who will take that down? As the Gun Phoenix is about to crash, Mirai, seeing this as his final battle, thanks Ryu for everything and tells him to watch as he transforms into Mebius in front of him.
見ていてください。僕の最後の戦いを。未来。
All seems lost until Ultraman Taro arrives to stall it by blowing up the top half, while Ryu tries to find Mirai after his detransformation. Mirai! When he does, he takes him into the medical bay. Everyone is extremely concerned for Mirai, but is busy dealing with the kaiju. Mirai wakes up to go fight while Ryu goes after him because he's injured, so he shouldn't be fighting. When Mirai arrives at the scene, the situation seems dire as Taro was forced to use his Ultra Dynamite against it, but it kept on regenerating. Seeing that everyone was in danger, inspired by Ryu, Mirai transforms into Mebius in front of all of Guys and fights the kaiju. The kaiju tries to attack Guys before Mebius jumps in the way to save them. Mebius's eyes start to dim, seemingly dead, but the members of Guys remind him of all the promises he made to them. Motivated by the love of the people around him, he gains a new form. Burning Brave and defeats the kaiju in one blast. Taro was confronted by Guys, begging for Mebius to stay with them. He allows it while also warning Mebius that more powerful enemies will come after him as he goes back to the Land of Light. When Mirai detransforms to see the rest of Guys, they all warmly welcome him back, and Ryu gives him a communicator with a similar design as the one Ryu has to show how much he cares and loves Mirai. They go back to base being closer than before.
It's a pretty good Ultra season, filled with action and subtext that is pretty heartfelt till this day. I'll put an episode guide of what you should watch in the pinned comments. Now go burn that subscribe button and I'll see you later.